Hey everyone, Wanderbot here, and welcome to Shadow Puppeteer. It just came out today, and I'm really interested in see how it turns out. It's cool. It's got a nice art style, I'm not entirely sure. So, it is a bit of a complication here, or there's a bit of a complication here, whereas this game was made to be played co-op, and unfortunately I am just one man, so I'm going to have to take a look at this from the perspective of a person with single player. And as far as co-op goes, if it turns out that, single player is a lot of fun, I might drag somebody on to play co-op with me, but I can't do it right now because I do not have a friend at hand. I'm a lonely man. So, let's see. Oh, can be changed at any time. Worst comes to worst, I play one player with my foot and one player with my hands. Well, I guess feet and then hands. That would be insane. Let's just hop in. At this point, I'm rambling and weird things are happening. Huh. My mouse cursor is not happy with the cutscene. It's definitely got a Psychonauts feel to it thus far, which I'm kind of liking. I guess either that or, it's not Schaefer, it's, Tim Burton. It's very Burton-esque. At least thus far. Trying to decide if I'm supposed to be quiet here for the cutscene, because voice acting or not, so I think I'll just shut up while it happens. Well, that was interesting. So, I definitely have to say, this game does feel a hell of a lot like a Tim Burton movie. And apparently, apparently it has to be played with a controller. Looks like. Let's see, what button interacts here. I've got a lot of buttons that jump. I don't have a whole lot of buttons that interact. There we go. Let's get the cursor out of the way. I don't even know if it's showing up on video. But, no, stylistically, kind of Burton, kind of... Psychonauts, kind of Double Fine. I'm not entirely sure. I guess Psychonauts and Double Fine are the same thing. Okay. Oh, it's like Brothers, Two Sons brother game. Shoot. The game I've never played. Okay, how the heck are you Oh. I see. Huh. I'm not exactly connected to the shadow, though, which is kind of strange. But this is definitely cool. It's not what I was expecting. That's for certain. I mean, it's definitely got... Ooh, what? I'm finding all sorts of things about this game. Let's see if I can... Okay, so the Shadow Kid operates on his own thing, and it looks like the controls are left... Oh, interesting. So I actually have to use, like, the right side of the controller for the Shadow character and the left side for, the main character, with the left bumper for jump and then left trigger for interact. Same thing with the Shadow Kid. Man, this is gonna screw up my brain a little bit, but it's definitely cool in terms of execution. Can he do anything? Nope, I guess the main character has to be the... Oh, to let him out. Ooh, but we don't want to go out yet. We got a thing, whatever the thing is. God, this game is pretty. They did a really good job with this across the board. And performance actually seems to be pretty okay. The first time I entered into it, I was having some weird resolution issues, but I seem to have since fixed that problem. Does seem like it cuts a little bit too much for my taste, but that said, it works. No, Shadow Buddy, no. Don't leave us. We need you for things. Grab on. Kid, are you just gonna sit there where your shadow gets stolen? Okay, so looks like we got some boxes, some other stuff to interact with. Now, let's see what the extent of the... Oh, I see. So we need to bring this backwards so he has a... Oh, okay, so he actually has a shadow to interact with. So... looks like he's got a pretty substantial jump. So what we're going to do is bring this box even further back, because I'd like to get that shadow orb. There we go. And then we can sit him on there. So, I guess really if I get the whole, you know, I guess if I get the whole process down of using both controllers at once, this is actually going to get really easy, potentially. Maybe not though, I don't know. You never really know with games like these how, like, easy or not it is. Huh. Oh, I see, I'm supposed to bring it backwards so the other character can bring it over and climb up. Ah, physics. Cool. Okay, so then we bring him over here. A little bit of chugging here and there, but I think... because he doesn't... oh, right. Oh, of course, he doesn't need to go anywhere. He can just go up here. Now let's bring Shadow Boy. Shadow Boy is stuck. Let's just move the box over, because... oh. No, Shadow Boy isn't stuck. I'm the one that's stuck. I kind of forgot how to control things. Okay, let's see if there are any other shadow orbs. I don't think so. Also looks like I can't stray too far away from myself. Sort of. I mean, it's not really me, but yeah, I can't stray from the kid because I guess it's his shadow after all. Let's hop him onto the bridge. There we go. And... oh, I see. He's stuck. Huh. He can't... okay, so what if I drop him down here? Oh! Well. Oh man, I really do have to start all the way over. Well, we've already seen this before. Is it unskippable? It is seriously unskippable. Okay, so I guess first and foremost, I think he really could have used an invisible wall there. Oh, it is not unskippable. It's just a bit obnoxious. Okay, and there was in fact a collectible item over there, so I guess I'm glad I screwed that one up. Okay, so let's bring the box over for Shadow Child to get up. Oh, shoot. All the collectibles that we collected too are no longer collected, so it really does kick you back to the beginning, which honestly is kind of obnoxious, especially for a game like this. Oh, wow. Remember, I did not like that. Well, let's keep going this direction. There's an interesting question about how much checkpointing this game even has. If it, like, stops after a certain point, it's like, well, you actually have to redo, like, the entire game. Is there a way of saving? Nope. So I guess it's on a level-to-level basis, which is honestly kind of a shame. Whoops. Dropped the wrong kid off the side. No biggie, though. Let's get him up. So I'm definitely getting a Brothers Tale of Two Sons vibe from this game. I'm definitely getting a, oh, shoot. What was the... it wasn't Noir Syndrome, it was the game with, the girl and her, like, her puppet character that could go into the shadows that I honestly don't know what that game was called because I didn't play it. Honestly, this is the first time I've actually played one of these games, so I'm not sure what to do in this circumstance. There's a switch over here, but it doesn't look like I can interact with it until I've freed a little guy. Here's the question. Oh, oh, well, there we go. So apparently me standing on top of the... oh, don't lose the shadow off the edge. I assume that would kick me out of the game too, which would be really unfortunate. Okay, so I guess both of them at the same time? Or one of them? I don't even know. I guess you had to have them both on the lift anyway to go anywhere. So, if you liked, I guess, either of those games, you're probably going to know what I'm talking about more than I do. Because, unfortunately, I kind of lack the reference for it. I don't do a whole lot of... well, I do a fair amount of, like, puzzle games and platformers, but... Let's see, he's gonna need a thing. Oh, let me guess. Do I ring a bell? Nope. Okay, so I'm gonna have to get up and over to get a shadow. Might actually be my shadow? Not sure. Oh wait, no. He is my shadow. I actually have no obvious clues about how to clear this one. Let's see if I can explore a little bit more this direction first. See if there's anything or if it's going to tether me. Oh, geez. So apparently if you go too far away from yourself, it makes you at least restart from the last checkpoint, which is convenient. Oh, wait, there's a thing over here that I just completely ignored. It's probably a trampoline. Yeah, it is. Oh, I'm pressing the wrong button. So, oh, I see how this works. Whoops. Huh. Okay, so I have to be on the platform. Didn't even realize you could go actually past. No, this definitely fits right within those two games, and I'll stop actually mentioning it because it's probably not important after a certain point. Or, you know, you guys don't actually know what I'm talking about. I could definitely see this being a heck of a lot easier with two people because it doesn't require a whole lot of problem solving after a certain point. It's just like, let's see if I can, yep, get that. Now here's the question, is there any reason why I can't just leap of faith? Perfect. Now, is this toilet haunted for some reason? Is there anything reason to... Oh, I see. It's haunted with one of those orb things. So there's actually a good reason for me to go in there. I'm gonna quickly... Nope. Don't wanna stray too far. Okay. So he has to get up. Oh, let's lower the drawbridge and then think of how to get up. Huh. Oh, I guess leaping onto the outhouse is the viable way. Can I get there from... Yep. I can get there from on top of the rock. Straight to the pooper. So, I'm gonna have to bring the kid back, probably. Oh. Note to self, watch out for, weird physics. Oh, I see. So if I bring this box back, gives the kid a way of getting onto the roof, and then I can maybe get up high enough to get this. Yeah, I can. Beautiful. I don't think I'm going to be able to get up any higher, though. Let's look. Whoop. Also, don't want to go too far, because then we, you know, sever the connection, and then die, because, you know, that's totally a game mechanic. I guess it's to force the two players in co-op to actually play with each other. Should look at the kite. Can I do anything with the kite? Nope, doesn't look like it. Well, let's see if the box can crush me. Nope. It just won't let you do it at that point. Oh. I guess that box sheerly exists for one player and not the other. Or, I guess, for the use of one player and not the other. Okay, let's lower that. What? What? Really? I got crushed by a lift. I didn't even know that was possible. That's A, incredibly grim, and B, incredibly frustrating. I mean, I'm all for, like, puzzle platformery type deals, but, if you have a lift that crushes you in the middle of gameplay when generally all you're doing is solving puzzles, it seems really out of place, because, honestly, just the purpose of death mechanics in this game seem meaningless. There's, thus far, no enemies I've had to see or fight. It's all just been physics puzzles and platforming problems. And yet, getting crushed by a lift, falling off the world, and straying too far away from my shadow, all of which can result in, you know, player death, which to me feels really wrong from a game mechanics standpoint. Not the end of the world, and I mean, ultimately tolerable, but still very frustrating for, you know, almost no reason. Because as it stands, why even have the characters die? Have it be like Braid, where they can just roll back or reset, because who cares? But no. I guess the arbitrary checkpoint system kind of makes sense from like an archaic standpoint, but to me seems unnecessary. Let's see if I can hop back. Yeah, didn't get the orb. Whatever. So I'm going to cut until I get back to where we were, because I hate backtracking and doing things I've already done. So, see you guys in a bit. Okay, so we're back to where we were. I actually ran into a really weird issue earlier. Really weird issue earlier where I was trying to reload, and it wasn't actually working. which was weird. I have no idea how it happened. So let's dump that off there. Lower this back down. I'm not entirely sure how this is going to help, but essentially it got kicked up to like a future level for some mysterious reason. Okay, so what we need to do is... Okay, we need to dump that off there for a second. Raise the lift, get him over here, lower the lift, get him here. Might as well lift that up while we're at it. Flip the lift again. Essentially, we're supposed to get the kid over some... Oh, I'm about to fall down. We're supposed to get the kid over to the top of that roof somehow, and for the life of me, I can't quite figure out how to do it. Oh, there's also that over there. But it doesn't help me out in this current situation. Weird. Oh, let's lower it back down again. Because it's pretty easy to get Shadow Kid over there. But normal kid, not so much so. Let's see. Oh, well, there's an orb back here. Didn't even notice that one. Okay, so we got this barrel, but it doesn't look like I can interact with it on a physics basis. What we're gonna do, get over here, pick this up, raise this. Can he toss it? No, he can't toss it. Because there's also an orb above, but I have no idea how to get to it. Because maybe if I hadn't brought the shield back down, but as it stands, unless I can get this kid up, there's no obvious way for me to fix the problem. So I might actually have to restart this section. Only because I have no idea how to get past it. It's one of my complaints with puzzle games, and honestly it's a small one, but if a specific section is specifically unclear of like how you're supposed to do it, and I'm glad that there is a checkpoint there so I don't actually have to redo the entire level. But if there's a part that is unclear, it becomes actually kind of frustrating. But then again, I guess that's just the point of a puzzle game. If you can't figure it out, well, Oh, I see. So here's what I'm supposed to do. So I'm supposed to raise this and sit it right there. I don't know how I didn't realize this the first time when I was coming through here. Now we can sit him on top of this. Actually, know what we want to do. Oh, it might be a little bit too late for this one. I was thinking just like if I could bring the platform over, I could actually have the kid pick it up, hold it here, and have Shadow Child drop it off. But unfortunately, Shadow Child cannot jump. As it stands, we're just going to have to dump it down there. And there's no way he's going to be able to reach it in this case, so let's just have him do this. Now, here's the other consideration. What if he stands here? He gets off. Oh, we can use this as a lift. Can he reach? Nope. So I'm going to have to jump a little bit, or I'm going to have to go up a little bit higher before I'm going to be able to use that trick. I think that's got to be the way to do it. Can't think of a better way of getting to that orb. Let's just make sure it's not too far. Beautiful. Okay. So, puzzle solving 101 with Wanderbot. Use cheap physics tricks to solve problems that potentially have better solutions. I don't know. It might have been the only one. But I guess back to my whole complaint about like, well, if you can't figure it out, it's kind of a problem. At the same time, once you figure it out, it's actually fairly satisfying. And I guess if it were any other way, then physics games would be kind of boring. Oh. Okay, so you know how earlier I had said that I ended up in a place that I didn't recognize? Apparently I had unlocked this checkpoint, and so it started me off here. And I didn't recognize it, obviously, because I had never been here before. So, overall, I'm actually pretty impressed with this game. The checkpoint system has become a hell of a lot more sensible than I thought it was. The shadow mechanics actually make a lot of sense. I have no idea how to get back over to this orb. None. Oh, maybe if I just kind of climbed the side here? Yeah, there we go. Oh. There we go. Cool. So using all of that stuff, it all makes sense. Oh. I guess I dropped him down, but it's a lot easier for the Shadow Child to actually get from place to place. Hope that doesn't screw us up a little bit, but we'll have to see. The jumping is nice and floaty, which to some people might be a problem, but to me is actually kind of nice. I prefer it when jumping is much more floaty than, you know, kind of the realistic style. Because really realistic jumping means very frustrating platforming segments, and honestly, I'm still going to have some problems here and there doing stuff, like this right now. I guess the one problem with floaty jumps is if you can't quite make it, it becomes even more obnoxious because you know you can make it. Whereas realistic jumping, it's usually pretty obvious when it's, you know, possible and not possible. I think we've got all the stuff available there. I have to go around this way. But no, I'm very impressed thus far with the gameplay. The puzzles are simple. Oh, I need to get the kid over. We're gonna have some problems. The camera is actually fairly good. It gets the shadow child where he needs to be, generally at the right time too, which is convenient. I'm gonna have to get him down. Probably should have waited on that. Oh well. Let's see if there's anything around here. Yeah, there is. A couple of collectible orbs. Whoops. And I died. Wow. Okay, so there's actually already a checkpoint there. Oh, maybe the kite is the checkpoint system and it's just hard to tell. I'm not entirely sure. But so, unfortunately, since we collected these after getting the checkpoint, we actually have to go back. Not a big deal. Doesn't look like the Shadow Kid can die, which is nice. Or at least it's much harder for him to die. And so that means I can focus all of my efforts on not losing one of them. Okay, so let's get him over here. And then flip the lever. Yep, really should have done that before hopping him down. Oh well, not the end of the world. Just cost me a couple of seconds, and I learned some new things as a result. Kind of, sort of. Not really, but I'll still call it a nice learning experience. Now, got this area down here. The one complaint I would have about the camera is that you can't zoom it out from the main kid. You know, the real life-ish one. So when it comes down to like try and find the collectibles, you end up running the risk of potentially killing yourself, which is honestly kind of obnoxious. That said, once you get used to it and once you know where they are, it's not that big of a deal. Also, the levels are short, and the checkpoints, well, I originally complained about them, have actually been largely, I don't know, largely alright. I like how the Shadow Child operates on these platforming segments, especially around curves and stuff, because there is actually some amount of warpage that goes along. Look at that, that's awesome. And I mean, realistically, it's just, I guess mapping gameplay to a 2D plane along the texture. I don't exactly know how they do it. I'm an artist, not a programmer, but at the same time, I definitely find it pretty impressive how they've managed to do it thus far, because it's fun. Again, I haven't actually played any of the like main competitors for this style of gameplay, but at the same time, I can, I see what I need to do. I can definitely see how this one would fit well within the, you can't jump for some reason. Okay. This nonsense doesn't make a whole lot of sense to me, but I'll just abide. Let's get up here, because there's probably secrets. Looks like we got just one shadow. Oh, no. We got... Oh, shoot. I forgot. You can only go so far before you get kicked out. And unfortunately, we have to start each... you have to start each segment over and over and over. But realistically, I think we're pretty much hitting a good stopping point. I honestly am not sure if there's much of a plot to this game apart from foil the evil-looking dude. But apart from doing that, it's just mostly going to be puzzle platforming over and over and over again. And if I want to do an extended amount of that, I would prefer to do that with another player. Because as fun as it is to play, you know, kind of splitting my brain between two parts, it is kind of nice being able to focus on one character at a time. So if you've got a friend handy to do local co-op with, this game could be quite a lot of fun. Performance-wise, it's a little bit unoptimized, so if you're looking for something that runs flawlessly, then it's going to be a little bit slower and a little bit chunkier than probably what you're wanting. How the heck? I don't think I'm actually able to get past that. The ropes are casting shadows on the wall, and Shadow Kid can't get by. But yeah, if you've got a friend to play this with, it could be really fun. I could especially, you know, seeing it being entertaining with like a significant other or something like that. Because as it stands, ooh, there's a shadow down there. It's just a tiny little one. First I wasn't sure if I'd be able to, This is a problem. Well, I forgot that there wasn't a platform down there for the normal kid. Okay, whatever. So I guess that orb is a trap. Honestly, some of these orbs seem a little bit... Whoa, this is scary. What the... I forgot that even though it switches over to a largely two-dimensional section... Yeah. These are the problems of trying to play this game solo. You really do have to pay attention to both characters. Please don't result in death. Yeah, physics platforms. And jumps. So, obviously, I'm having some trouble with it. And I think part of it is my wires are getting crossed just by doing it solo co-op, which is not, you know, advised. They even warn you against it. But I am very glad that they actually even have that as part of the game, that you can play this solo. Because, honestly, games that require a second player to even get through tend to become a little bit obnoxious, just because not everybody always has friends. So this game is definitely completable by yourself. It's just not recommended. And... damn it. So at this point, we're pretty much hitting the end of the impressions video. Yes, I could continue on, but at that point, that would make this a Let's Play style video, and realistically, I probably will come back for that, but later when I have Shell, you know, available to continue the series, because, you know, as it stands, playing it solo is fun, but playing it co-op would be a heck of a lot more fun. So, like I was saying earlier, if you've got a buddy on hand to play with, and it's local co-op only, then this is going to be a lot of fun to play. Just like, you know, the other two games I mentioned. Or if you feel like you're up to a challenge and you're able to multitask like a crazy person, then solo mode is actually going to be fairly entertaining. I had fun with it. It was just fairly complicated, and I mean, look at me. I'm very very, you know, mistake prone, and why am I mistake prone? Yeah, prone to mistakes. And, I mean, realistically, I can get through this entire game, because it's not that hard. It's just a matter of, you know, persistence and not crushing myself with boxes. But, if you like puzzle platformers, this one's going to be pretty fun. It's not very expensive, and it's got a lot of charm. It definitely gets the Burton-esque feel in terms of music and visuals, or Double Fine if you know that more than, you know, Tim Burton stuff. But I figure Tim Burton would be a little bit more recognizable, you know. Nightmare Before Christmas, shoot, 9. I'm bad at listing off things, but either way, you guys know Burton, or you probably know of Burton stuff, or at least recognize the style. And I honestly am pretty floored with the visual design of this game. The environments are basic, but in the end. And the music, I really haven't commented on it, but it gets the mood pretty much spot on, but it's never particularly, you know, it doesn't stand out. But for games, you really want you want mood music more than, you know, distracting, uplifting stuff, unless it's a specific moment. So, props for this one too. And I guess with that, that's pretty much the summation of everything. So, if you liked this impressions video in any way, shape, or form, drop me a like. It helps way more than you know. If you want to see more, subscribe, because I'm going to be doing more. Maybe less, you know, solo co-op, weird fusion puzzle platformer games, but, you know, a lot more just indie games in general, especially the newer variety, because, you know, I like covering games when they come out, because they're untested waters, and I like that. And if you want to ask me a question, make fun of me for being inept, tell me to review another incoming game, you know, just leave a comment below, and I will respond or take this suggestion into consideration. But apart from all of that rigmarole, I'll see you guys on whatever video of mine you watch next. And as always, thanks for watching.